And welcome to D-Word 4, which, as I think you all know, a conference on sports media. We're going to address, I think, today the state of the industry when it comes to diversity. It's brought to you by BCOMS, of course, the Black Collective of Media in Sport, and it is supported today by News UK. So thank you very much, News UK, for bringing us into your wonderful surroundings. Thank you all for coming as well. I'm Hugh Woozencroft. Those of you that don't know, I've been involved with BCOMS for a while. News UK, I've been involved with diversity here as well. I've been working here for the last few years. I'm a host on TalkSport, so if you don't listen, start. Especially Thursday nights with my good friend Darren Lewis over there. Brilliant radio, okay? I also present the game podcast from The Times as well, so if you don't listen to that, why not, frankly speaking? Look, it's great to see you all here. It's been so long since we've seen all of you. We've missed you all, of course. We've got executives here from around the industry. There's students here, broadcasters, top journalists as well. We've got executives from sports leagues, clubs, national associations, community leaders are here as well, academics too. I mean, such a range of experience within our industry to draw on today. So I'm really looking forward to it. I want to thank you in advance. Some of you are going to share experiences today from your time in the industry. You're also going to share your knowledge. So thank you in advance for that with the sessions a little bit later on, because I think it's all about contributing to our industry, giving each other ideas, getting that flow of information going within one another. And there's so much experience in this room to draw on, which is another reason why I think it's so important. We've also got people watching us online today. Hello, everyone watching online. Thank you for joining us from all over the world, really. And again, people with such a breadth of experience. There's a clear ambition today. We're going to review where the industry is, as I said before. We're going to try and understand some of the challenges that are remaining within our industry. Before the end of today, we want to try and eke out some solutions and try and at least commit within ourselves to make progress on them, and swiftly too. All of your contributions today will be compiled into a D-word guide for the industry, which we will send out and hope to follow best practice within it as well. Before we move on, as I say, it's going to be a busy day. We're going to have a really interesting opening panel in a few moments' time. I want to kick off the day by welcoming to the stage Dominic Carter, who is the EVP, publisher of The Sun newspaper and chair of News UK's Diversity Board. Put your hands together.
Good morning, everyone. In fact, it's good afternoon. So there's my first mistake, and it's great that I see so many faces that look like mine in this room today. What a fantastic opportunity to talk to you. Well, welcome to News UK, I think is probably the first thing I should say. And for those of you that haven't visited the News building before, it's headquarters to a media business that engages around 40 million people across the UK and beyond every month. It's home to The Sun, The Times and The Sunday Times. We're delivering world-class journalism online and in print. It's also home to our national radio brands TalkSport, Talk Radio, Times Radio, Virgin Radio, and most recently it's become home to Talk TV, which broadcasts from state-of-the-art studios here and in Ealing. News UK is home to several thousand people who are all bound together by a shared passion and a shared purpose: to inform, entertain, and inspire the whole of the UK. And that means better representing the voices across the whole of the UK. It's work in progress, but more on that in a moment. Before I go into that, I just want to say that we're incredibly proud to be hosting BCOM's fourth D-Word conference. And I think we can all agree that BCOMS has truly influenced the industry for the better, and these sessions and all the work that they do for the media industry, really are leading. I'm sure we'll be hearing lots of great ideas and solutions and inspiration in this room today that will make an impact far beyond the walls of the news building. I'm incredibly optimistic about the future of this industry. If you just look around at the diversity in this room, you can see how far we have come. Is it far enough? I think we can have that debate as we go through the course of today. But it's clear that there are still too many doors in the media industry that are shut. As an industry, we need to continuously challenge ourselves to make sure we are representing every part of the national conversation, and that we ourselves are truly representative of the national population. As journalists and broadcasters, it is in your nature to ask the uncomfortable questions and hold power to account. And we in this room must keep questioning ourselves in the same way, because real diversity is vital to our future. So at News, we've been taking proactive action to make change. We've opened our doors to nearly 100 bright young people in the last 18 months, with 42 sourced from job centres around the country through the government's Kickstart campaign. And we've opened up 45 two-year apprenticeships across our radio stations, our news brands, and our printers. And I'm sure you'll meet a few of them later today, including the fantastic Sandra Brobby, who was awarded the second Sunsport Vicky Orvis Scholarship. The scheme was established in honour of Vicky, the Sun's much-loved former athletics correspondent. Editorially, we find ourselves navigating some difficult stories regularly, more regularly than we would like to, from the racist comments that are aimed at Lewis Hamilton to the Yorkshire cricket racism scandal that still rolls on today. To help to ensure that we're covering these tricky issues sensitively, we've created the diversity action groups across our business. Hugh is a driving force behind this group for our radio brands, and Sean Custis, head of sport for The Sun, who you'll also be hearing from later today, is a key member of our diversity board. We're taking a collaborative approach to addressing the challenges too. So BCOMS has been a fantastic resource to us here in this business for several years now, and we're working with a number of different partners, including the Aziz Foundation and the Raheem Sterling Foundation, to deliver outreach programs to encourage young people to consider a career in the media industry. But of course, we all know there is much more to do and more lessons to learn, which is why we're all here today. I hope you enjoy all the sessions today. Very glad to welcome you to this building. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dominic. Yeah, I guess I can speak for both sides of it when I say it's great that BCOMS and News UK are coming together in this way to try and make an impact in the industry. Now, I do need to remind you before our next speaker comes up that there are people working in this building because we're all such big fans of the next person up here, all-around superwoman, broadcaster, former Team GB member. The great Jeanette Kwayke is here, a board member, of course, at BCOMS as well. Hi, Jeanette. Come on.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Hugh. I was a bit funny, those kind of introductions. This is the 4th D-Word conference, and interestingly enough, I remember when I first retired from athletics, coming to a D-Word conference. It wasn't even called the D-Word at the time, was it? I think, Leon, it was just a BCOMS conference. I remember turning up and thinking to myself, wow, this is the industry I want to enter, and a lot of people are not happy. And I think it's safe to say that since those years, maybe 10 or so years ago now, we've moved on significantly. So thank you, everybody, for coming today. When Leon Mann approached me about maybe joining BCOMS in a more formal capacity, I jumped at the chance because for me, it was very much about making sure that we could bring the next generation through. I was absolutely clear on my position with that because there are some faces in this room today who I can see who helped me significantly at the start of my journey and are still helping me now. So I appreciate you, and I don't want that to stop. I want to be in a position where we can all make sure we push on with that. So like I say, it's coming together with the industry. It's truly unique, and it's helped generate so many ideas and fantastic things within the sports industry. And a lot's happened since the last conference in 2018, a global pandemic, obviously, which is really challenging and which essentially has probably changed the face of sport as we know it and how we broadcast. Do I call myself a victim of that? Because I now sit in a green screen studio as opposed to being able to fly out across the world to do certain things. But that's the way things are changing now. That's how things are moving. And I think it's really important that we understand that this is where we're at and how we're going to get the right faces in the room to make sure that sport and sports media is representative of that as well. A big thing as well was the death of George Floyd. I think for a lot of people it really did affect us. For us at BCOMS, it made us take a real look at where we were at in terms of the wider scope of the media, sports media industry. And we wrote to every single broadcaster in the UK, every single broadcaster, every single production company who we thought would have the gravitas or the authority within the sports media sector. Safe to say, the responses varied. We got some really positive responses from some, and maybe no responses from others. And again, with nothing we take personally, but I think for us it was a clear line in the sand to be able to understand how we, as an organisation, will be able to help push forward with this. But essentially, in that letter that we wrote, we were quite clear about our asks and asking to make sure that these broadcasters and production companies have actually taken the right steps to make sure that they are moving in the right direction. So the support that we've received, the impact has been crazy, and we're really, really grateful. Of course, the fact we're even in this room, News UK, thank you so much for being able to host us here and do this. It's really important that we are in these places and it's normalised, really. It's something that we would be able to do. I'd love to get to a place where BCOMS don't even have to organise a D-word conference. It's something that is very much part of the fabric and the DNA of any media organisation. It's just normal. That's what we're working towards. So a short video in a moment, just to really show what we've been working with some of our young people. Really, really proud of this programme. It's our masterclass programme. Please do take a look. We have got some absolute superstars in this programme, and like I say, something that BCOMS is super proud of.
Do you like sport?
And do you want to work in sports media?
Then you want to be part of the next BCOMS masterclass.
I did it.
And it helped me grow and develop my career.
There is more to TV than what you see. And here at Wembley, I'm here to find out what goes into an ITV sport production.
Our remit is simple: to inspire the next generation. See it and you can be it.
The opportunity to practice our commentary and reporting skills in front of an industry professional like Vicky was priceless.
There is benefits to being in the classroom and learning about the theory behind everything, but ultimately getting your hands dirty and being a part of the production is really important.
The legend himself, Sir Chris Hoy. Look, thank you for welcoming me to your house. Obviously, very generous of yourself.
Huge thank you to BCOMS for the opportunity to make us all feel extremely welcome.
So all you young riders out there, you hear it first. Chris, it's been a pleasure. Appreciate that.
Thanks, mate.
I think what I love about that is the fact that what we encourage everyone to do that joins the masterclasses is just to be their self. and to be their true self. I think the landscape of sports media is changing. It's changing for the better. It's very different to what we may have been used to growing up. But when you see an interaction like that with one of our alumni and a multiple Olympic gold medalist, he's just himself. And I think that's what people like to see, and I think that that's what engages people. So it's about opportunity, isn't it? It's about opportunity, access and exposure, and that's what we're doing here at BCOMS with young people. We're about supporting those who are underrepresented, underserved in what is a really, really tough and competitive industry. Everybody in this room knows that and knows how challenging it can be for particular roles. Again, we believe that diversity brings about a better performance. We don't sit here and subscribe to a box ticking exercise. What we want to be able to do is make sure that organisations understand that when you have diversity within your organisation, within the fabric of that, it's easy. It's not a conversation. It just becomes so much easier. It just makes sure that everybody's thought process is a little bit different and the gaze is a bit different. So today is about that, listening to, like Dominic said, where we're at, what we can do better, and also celebrating some of the wins that we have as well. And I think that's really, really important that we do that, because it's quite easy to come to these conferences and be about the doom and gloom and all the things that aren't going right. But we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we celebrate the things that are going well. And I see some alumni in this room today who've gone on to do some fantastic things, and we appreciate you. You're a great advert for BCOMS. But yeah, enjoy today, everybody. Like I say, super proud to be part of this organisation, and long may it continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeanette. And yeah, so many of those people in that video I've already worked with in my career. I had no idea that they'd come through the masterclasses with BCOMS. So it's great to see it's already having an impact and real life careers being made.